This is Kal Kat, the Kal Katster, and this is a review of. It'll go on the 1st of June, I imagine. A review of Godzilla King of the Monsters. It will not have spoilers, really. Well, your premise is Godzilla fights Mothra, fights Zero, and fights Radon, and there's one other guy. Yeah. Oh, it's similar to the other Godzilla movies. Given that, the critical reception is kind of silly that they're objecting to the fact that the dialogue and the story is ridiculous, because they're all kind of ridiculous. So it's like, no, don't give it like a review of less than 50%, 40% even, if it's just got that the dialogue is action dialogue. Because like you're saying that this movie is worse than Suicide Squad and Batman versus Superman. No, not at all. It's not that bad. I'd say it's about 65%, 70%, somewhere around there. 2.5, 3 stars, almost 3 stars, just for the action alone. So that would be a 65%. It's not a great movie. It's on a par with the Skull Island movie. It's not terrific. Shin Godzilla is a little more fun. The previous one, which was the Japanese version. This movie throws in a lot of really bizarre ship theories, like Hollow Earths and Atlantis, and creatures from the Titan creatures from long ago that do things, and steals from Jurassic Park, where they try to communicate with a raptor. Jurassic Park 3, I think. But yeah, but it's a better Lost World 2, Fallen Kingdom, than Fallen Kingdom was. This is the movie that should have been. They should have said, okay, let's not just put the dinosaurs in a house after they get off the park. That's boring. Put them running rampant through the city the house is located in. That's what you do. So they didn't do that. But in this case, so they go everywhere. They go to Mexico and Antarctica. There's a big fight there. They go to Boston for the final battle, and the area. And they show a Independence Day type destroyed slash Resident Evil final chapter destroyed the Washington D.C. It's supposed to be a sequel to the 2014 movie with Godzilla in it. Yeah, so it's not bad. It really isn't bad. It's fun. It has more to do with that Megalodon shark movie than anything, which was also fun and incredibly dumb. If the critics are objecting to the plot being full of holes, like any action picture is, there are a lot of interesting plot holes and criticisms in the story, considering where it's going, how the characters are getting from here and there. Their main problem is with some of those is that they try to treat nuking stuff as, oh my gosh, this would be dangerous, high radiation and whatever, and then they go about and do it. And it doesn't actually do anything to them. So of course they do it again, and then again. And things blowing up and nuking behind them and in front of them doesn't seem to kill them at all, the humans that are in the story. There's a terrorist group that this lady is clearly in with early on. The villain is not surprisingly a villain. It's the bait and switch because the lady's the villain. But that's not really a plot spoiler. You can kind of tell that from the opening and the trailer, which they gave too much away. Don't watch the second trailer. Yeah, so watch it afterwards. Yeah, so Godzilla fights, they hatch Mothra and all that, and then they hatch Rodan, and then they Patient Zero, and then they hatch Roseanne. Yes, it's Roseanne Barr monster. No, Rodan. Yeah, so when they try to make it Americanized, which is funny because it's entirely a Japanese parable about like the nuking of Nagasaki and Hiroshima in World War II, and that's what that's about. That's what Godzilla's about. So making it in America and having stuff happen over here is kind of silly to begin with, but okay. So they threw in a Japanese actor in there. Threw in a young actor. His last name is Bobby Brown, which is funny. No relation. Without an E though, and she was okay. But everybody gets into peril in this story, and for some reason everybody can narrowly escape, just like out of a Bugs Bunny and Roadrunner cartoon. So you figure if it's that silly to begin with, if they have like gunplay in Antarctica in one battle sequence with the humans and the army guys and the terrorists, you figure, well, if their gunplay is that goofy, then the whole movie's going to be goofy. So, all right. It's basically. Now they're going to go on a tangent about the monster titans would fix the Earth through radiation. That doesn't make any sense. They would just destroy it. How would their radiation revitalize the Earth? Doesn't make any sense. And the guy keeps screaming at one point about hollow Earth because they go to a subterranean lair. It'd be like an underwater cave, basically. Not a hollow Earth, an underwater cave, which is cool. But yeah, with stuff that predates Egypt. It's supposed to be Atlantis, I guess. They didn't say that, but that's what it's supposed to be. So Atlantis doesn't predate Egypt. Atlantis is 1,000 years before Plato, but it's not. He's just writing about it as a myth of lost civilization. Humans have always been up to that lost civilization thing. Although they do it better than the guys doing Prometheus and Covenant, Alien Covenant. This was a better version of that. And one of them happens to be from space. He's an alien, that headed Hydra dragon thing. Oh. And why didn't they decide to make Roseanne a Quetzalcoatl instead? The bird snake god of Mexico is supposed to be in Mexico, right? That'd be kind of cool. Flying like Mothra kind of does that, but it would have been the other dude. Oh well. Anyway, doesn't look like that in the comics, so that's what they did in the manga. They did something else. So it's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's not a bad movie. It's not half as... they're equating it to the Matthew Broderick movie. They're saying it's that bad. It is not as bad as the Matthew Broderick movie. The Matthew Broderick movie from like 1998, 20 years ago, was terrible. It had everything wrong. They make Godzilla wrong and everything else wrong. This one actually does that part right. It's not a bad movie. I don't want to give too many spoilers. I don't want to give spoilers. But this will be the first upload in June. Actually, most of these videos from Fanime are going to be uploaded here in June. Because it's the end of the month right now. So, but we are nearing episode 800. This review is not episode 800. The stuff in the queue should bring us up to 800 by the Mousetrap project that we filmed at Fanime while no one was looking. So there is another. We not only did a Teddy Ruxpin Fanime movie, Teddy Ruxpin Adventure at Fanime thing. We did a Fanime Crispy Pasta Blair Witch parody / Fanime parody convention parody movie as well, using all the extra footage that was left over. There was enough for another movie. So so that's your 800th episode. That'll complete the cycle of the other thing. Although the plot of that too is sort of David Lynch meets Terrence Malick meets the convention guy. So it's really nuts. So I'll talk about that later. That's later. So Godzilla King of the Monsters. It's all right. It's fine. It's almost 3 stars. It's fine. I say it's 3. Yeah. It's just it's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it. I don't know if the critics are like getting all butthurt. So critics were complaining about J.J. Abrams misquoting him about Star Wars as well. And he did not say F Star Wars. He said if that he said no, he wouldn't do that. He what he said was that he didn't want people's expectations. He didn't want to make it a fan film about just fan service. He wanted to make something different because Rain Johnson's. He wanted to fit it in so it made sense instead of just copying. I have yet to believe whether he won't copy it though, because in some way, because he probably will. It is J.J. Abrams. Anyway, so episode 9. Yeah, so that's different though. It should be fine. So yeah, should make $1 billion. Captain Marvel made $1 billion. So I guess all the haters just gotta hate. I guess. They just don't like that idea. That's what it is. But yeah, King of the Monsters. Yeah, it's fine. It's a fine movie. It's Godzilla. It's all right. It's not bad. It's fine. Anyway, yeah.